Hey everyone, Camden here with the Ranking Ball preview show for March 19th, 2019. Today's a big day at Ranking Ball as we finally get listed on coinbene.com. So let's go. Here are your NBA standings after last night's games. We got some new teams that are now out of contention, like the Pelicans and the Grizzlies, along with the Bulls. Some new teams who have already clinched their playoff contention is the 76ers and the Denver Nuggets. Here are last night's scores. We have the Cavs over the Pistons, Jazz over the Wizards, Nuggets over the Celtics, Raptors over the Knicks, Heat over the Thunder, Spurs over the Warriors, Pelicans over the Mavs, Bulls over the Suns, and Blazers over the Pacers. Tonight's matchups, we got 6 games. We have 76ers at Hornets, Rockets at Hawks, Lakers at Bucks, Warriors at Wolves, Nets at Kings, and Pacers at Clippers. A lot of teams are in back-to-back games tonight. Here's your sports news. In the NBA, Dirk Nowitzki passed Wilt Chamberlain to become the 6th all-time scorer last night with a current total of 31,424 points. The Denver Nuggets have clinched a playoff spot for the first time since 2013. In the NFL, Blake Bortles signs a one-year deal with the LA Rams to become the backup quarterback for Jared Goff. Offensive tackle Eric Flowers has signed with the Washington Redskins on a one-year deal. And in the MLB, reports say that Clayton Kershaw will not be ready when the Dodgers start opening day. Here's your tonight's featured match. We have the Brooklyn Nets at the Sacramento Kings. That is at 10 p.m. Eastern. Here are your injuries for the Nets. We have Alan Crabb, he is day-to-day. For the Kings, Wayne Gabriel, and Troy Williams. Here are your previous game starters when the Nets faced the Clippers and when the Kings faced the Bulls. In tonight's matchup, possible starters are exactly the same. There is going to be no changes. Going into tonight, when you look at the highest FP averages, the Nets and Kings don't have any key players who are out. So the players with the highest FP, those are pretty much going to remain constant tonight. There aren't many players that are going above or below their averages. Here is my winning 16 by FP by 48. So we have D'Angelo Russell and De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, and Willie Cauley-Stein, the top 4 FP getters going into tonight. So these are how many fantasy points per minute a player is expected to get. Stats going into tonight. The Nets are Kings are pretty much even going into tonight. So tonight is an even matchup for both teams. A little bit more on the line for the Brooklyn Nets, who right now are in 7th place in the East, but they could quickly get out of that if they lose the next couple of games. So the back end of the Eastern Conference finals playoffs picture is more of a contest compared to the 8th and 9th spot in the West. Going into tonight, the Kings are averaging more points in the last 5 games compared to the Nets. There are a lot of differences going into with the Nets and Kings. Nets are underperforming of what they usually do throughout the average of the year. Where the Kings, Kings play in a harder division. They are playing in the West, and they have a really good team. Just unfortunately, that doesn't look like they will be making it into the playoffs this year. If they were playing in the East, they probably would be having that 7th or 8th spot, competing with the Heat and the Nets. So ask you guys to kind of pause the video. You can go over some of the stats that I provided to you. These stats are provided to me by NBAstats.com and BasketballReference.com. Here is my draft board going into tonight. So tonight I went into a 9-7 lineup, meaning that I put 9 Nets players with 7 Kings players. Even though the Kings players are performing better than the Nets kind of have to push more, and the Nets only a small number of players are getting most of the fantasy points compared with the Nets, who are averaging spreading the points a little bit more. The way that I went with my X line is that I went Buddy, Fox, Russell, and Carroll these four right here, and then Allen, Dinwiddie, Colliestein, and Barnes. So Dinwiddie and Russell are actually in the past 3 games the top 2 point getters in for the Nets, but Dinwiddie is coming off the bench and Russell is not. So Russell is going to be out there probably playing more minutes. Dinwiddie, you could be coming in and playing when the same time as Russell, but they're probably going to be sharing more minutes. So don't put them on the same X line, even though these are the top 2 performers the last 3 games for the Nets. But I'm going to put them on separate lines because Dinwiddie is coming off the bench. Another factor going into tonight is that the Nets are more in a playoff push. As I said before, they are trying not to get knocked out of the playoff contention. So there's only a few games that are in between the Nets, Heat, and Magic for that 8th spot. So Nets currently at 7, Heat are at 8, and the Magic are at 9th. So there's a really tough fight, and Heat just won a really important game last night against the Thunder. So that's it for today's Ranking Ball preview show. I want to thank everyone for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, or you can come to our Telegram. It is also a really big day for us because the RBG finally got listed on coinbene.com. So if you have any questions of that, you can come to our Telegram and ask us any questions on there. Or if you want to find us anywhere else on social media, you can find those in the details below. So I want to thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.